All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? Happy Tuesday to you. It's Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. 2/22/22. How about that one? Sorry for being a little tardy this morning. The camera wasn't working again this morning. Just a little technical difficulties to start off this amazing Tuesday. But we're here and happy to be here with you guys. We're going to talk about what do you really want in your life? What is it that you really want? What is it that you really desire? Most of the time, if you spend some time thinking about this, it's actually not going to end up being exactly what you think you want. And so you got to spend some time thinking about what it is that you want, and you got to dig into that because at the end of the day, man, we only get one shot at this thing we call life. So that's what we're going to unpack this morning. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, what's happening, guys? Happy Tuesday to you, man. Excited to see all these names in the comments already this morning, and excited to cover this topic with you guys. I think that, the topic of what do you really want in life, I think that it ties into what we talked about yesterday in yesterday's episode of, just not living a surface level life. And I think that so many people so often just live on the surface of what they think they want. Right? What they think is important, what they're pursuing is not actually what they truly want. And what a shame, man, if that is how it ends up for us, right? That we go really hard, we put everything that we have into pursuing something that we think we want, but we're not certain about it. And we end up at this destination that's not even actually where we want to be. And it's all tied back to the fact that we didn't dig deep enough. We didn't go deep enough to figure out what is it that we actually want. And so I wanted to unpack that this morning. I wanted to talk to you guys about this morning because it has been something that, over my lifetime has changed quite a bit. What I thought I wanted versus what actually fulfilled me, what I'm pursuing today versus what I was pursuing years ago. How it feels to achieve today, what the rewards are of the things that I do pursue, and achieve. What is actually the most rewarding? What is it? And that is, it's an important thing for us to keep in focus. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. As always, I want to kick it off by just saying good morning to some folks. My brother, Ryan Austin, good morning to you, man. Thank you for being here. I miss seeing your name every once in a while in there, man. We got to get you on here every morning again. Daniel good morning to you. Sally, good morning to you. It is so good to see you here. Scott Rhodes, Steve Flaherty, brother, I will see you soon, man. I'm headed out tomorrow morning, so let me know where you're at tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. David Martin, Tammy Clark, Jared Bird, what's happening? Gary, good morning to you. Randy, appreciate you, Randy. Randy is always sharing this show out, man, and I appreciate it so much, just sending it out to his audience, and appreciate all of you guys that support and share and send people to this show. Means the world to me. Dean, what's happening, brother? Good morning to you, man. Brett Brown, what's happening, brother? Debbie, good morning. And Austin, I owe you a call back, brother, from yesterday, and I will make it as soon as this show is over. But what do you really want? That's the topic this morning, right? What is it that you really want? And I think, so often in this world that we live in, so often, in January, we spend some time thinking about what we want to accomplish in 2022, right? And then we get back into life, right? We get back into family life. We get back into business. All the troubles that exist in the world start to creep their way back. We watch the news and it gets stressful, the things that are going on around the world, all this stuff. And I don't think we ever really dig deep enough to figure out what do we actually want? What is it that we want? And most of the time, I'd say 99% of the time, the people that I speak to, what they think they want versus what they actually want are different. This was an exercise that I did with my mentor just recently. And it was, looking at the next 5 years, the next 3 years, the next 10 years. Where do you want to be in 20? What does that look like? And my response to him, like the first immediate response that I had was like, I think that when people ask us that question, we immediately go to, we think it's a financial goal, or it's something that, is concrete that we want to accomplish. But in all reality, for me, guys, it's something completely different. It takes money to do what it is that I want to do. But what I really want came out after weeks of thinking about it. Literally just weeks of grinding through what it was that I really wanted. And I'll share it with you guys this morning. What I really ended up landing on, that I really wanted, like what really drives me, is I want to be able to take one trip every month, 4 days. So Friday, leave Thursday night, come back Sunday, whatever it is, right? But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I want to go somewhere different once a month with my entire family and make that as easy as possible. Make that as seamless as possible for us to be able to do it with no stress. So we'll start doing that, by flying through the regular airport. But my ultimate goal, and what really drives me to create massive success in my life, is to be able to do that with my family and have it be stress-free. And that includes being able to do that once a month on a flying private, being able to pull up to an airport and not have to deal with anything. Just pull right up to the plane and get in. And that, friends, drives me. It's not the money. It's not the money that drives me. It's what I want to do with it. And it's the same for all of you. What is it that you actually want to do? And so every day now I think about that. I think about what it's like, to be able to go and create these memories with my family. I started doing the math on, my daughter, my oldest, Paisley, is 9 years old. And so I started doing the math on how many months we have left with her. Just take 9 years times 12 months, and that's how many months you have. Well, I can assure you that if I create 12 memories times 9 years with her from now until the time that she's 18 years old, we're going to have a different relationship. We're going to have so many memories that we can carry with us. And so what is it that you really want? What is it that you really, really want? Not what's on the surface, not, what kind of car do you want to drive or any of that stuff. That stuff matters too. But what is it that you really want? And for me, man, that's the vision of what I really want to accomplish, what I really want to be able to do for my children, what I really want to be able to do for my wife that has sacrificed everything for me to be able to go and build these businesses and the life that we have. Without her, it doesn't happen. And so that reward for all of us as a family is important to me. And whatever that is for you, it's going to be that important for you too. Because whatever that is that you want to accomplish, whatever that crazy vision is that you have in your head, that's what you actually want. Think about it. When we were little boys and little girls, man, we were able to dream. We were able to come up with all these crazy ideas that sometimes people listened to and sometimes people laughed at us, right? But at the end of the day, some of those things, it's probably 3 times a week that I come up with an idea that I say out loud to someone that's just as crazy as the ones that I had when I was a kid. And the reality of our lives today is that anything is possible, man. I've been reminded of that so much in the last few weeks. Anything is possible when you're willing to sacrifice, when you surround yourself with the right people, when you do the right thing over and over and over again for an extended period of time, man. It's amazing what this world has to offer. It's amazing what this country has to offer us. We have the ability to create anything we want, but it has to be driven by something meaningful. Has to be driven by something deep down inside of you. And that's going to be different for everybody. What I want and what you want are going to be different. but it has to be something really meaningful. And for me, that is, what I explained to you about spending time with my family. That is important. Accomplishment is important to me. Proving what is possible to other people, being the example for other people to be able to say, man, if they could do it, if he could do it, then I can do it. And so that's what we're here to do, guys. We're here to figure out what it is that what we really want, and to spend every single day going after it. And it is not easy. If you think it's going to be easy, if you haven't started yet, if you're young, if you haven't really gone on the journey of self-discovery, of figuring out how it is that you get what you want, what it actually takes, the sacrifices. Unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable, but it's also unbelievable what is possible when you're willing to make the sacrifices. And I've been reminded of that so much lately. And so I want to ask you guys this morning to think about this over the next week. Think about what it is that you really want. What memories can you make? What time can you spend that is meaningful with the people that mean the most to you? Who are those people in your life? And I've got a list. I could open up my remarkable notebook of all the people who have been there for me, man, who have put it on the line for me. I have a list, a long list, people who have sacrificed for me along the way. And my intention before I leave this earth is to spend time, meaningful time, appreciating them in some way, shape, or form. Maybe that's taking a trip somewhere. Maybe that's flying to their city to spend time with them. Maybe it's, bringing them to Pittsburgh. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I have a long list of people that have done a lot for me and have changed my life. And what I actually want is to be able to level that playing field, to be able to return the favor, to sacrifice for those people who sacrificed for me, to be generous to those people who were generous to me. And so I ask you guys to think about that. What is it? What is it that you've always wanted to do that you haven't checked the box on yet? What do you actually want? Because I promise you, if you're out there pursuing the wrong thing, if you don't understand what actually drives you from a deep emotional standpoint, you'll end up at a destination and it won't feel right. Everything you thought you always wanted, it won't be enough. There'll be something missing. And so I ask you and beg you to think about that. What is it that you really want? Who is it that you want to spend time with? And how are you going to make that happen? Make a list. Be intentional. Who are those people that helped you along the way? And how is it that you can make it meaningful that they did that for you? Maybe they might not even know. There's a lot of people on my list, man, that they might not even know how much they helped me, but they will. But they will. And that's important. And so it's important for us to figure that out in life. Once you figure that out, the rest of it all gets a lot easier. It gets a lot easier to get out of bed in the morning. It gets a lot easier to put in the hours that it takes. It gets a lot easier to be present. It gets a lot easier to do all the things that might not be that easy, right? They might not seem that easy when things aren't all in alignment. Well, when you get things in alignment and you know where you're going and it means a lot to you, it's easy. It's easier. So ask yourself the question, guys, what is it that you actually want? And how are you going to get it? And who is going to be there with you as you're achieving? Who's going to be there as your cheerleader? Who's going to be there as your support? Who's going to be there as your partner? Because it's people, guys, that make the difference. People that make it easier. Every step of the way in my life when things got easier and better, significant moves in the right direction, there was always a person or people there that helped that happen. I got chills just saying that. That's how meaningful the relationships are when they change. So what do you really want? And who is it that's going to help you get it? When you answer those two questions and you have clarity around it, everything in your life will change. That's the message for this morning, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here every single morning and hanging out with me. If you found any value in this or you think that somebody could benefit from the message, please share it out to your pages. You can share this if you're listening on audio. You can share this by share episode. You just click the button and share the episode to somebody else. That's how you can benefit this show, benefit other people, and help us grow this show so that more people can hear these messages. I appreciate you guys being here. I will not see you tomorrow morning because I will be traveling. I'm headed down to Charlotte for the National Payment Expo, so I will not be here tomorrow morning. I'll try to jump on at some point tomorrow, or I will give you guys one of the most popular episodes from the past as a replay episode tomorrow morning at 8, but I will not be here live. So appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you again hopefully Thursday morning from my hotel, as long as the internet works great. If not, I'll see you Friday morning live. But appreciate you guys being here. Love you guys. See you again soon.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.